The other disciples muttered and grumbled, despising Wukong for the punishment he'd received. But the Monkey King only smiled. He had already cracked his master's riddle. 3 strikes on the head meant the third watch of night. Hands folded behind the back, door shut tight. Enter through the rear, where the secret would be passed down in silence. He kept the answer locked in his heart and said not a word. All that day, Wukong could barely contain himself. He lingered before the cave of the 3 stars, watching the sun crawl across the sky, aching for nightfall. When darkness came at last, he lay down with the others, closing his eyes, steadying his breath. There were no watchmen in the mountains, no drums marking the hours. He measured time by the rise and fall of his own breathing, waiting for midnight. He rose, dressed quietly, and slipped the front door open without a sound. Outside, the world was bathed in moonlight. A bright cold moon hung in a cloudless sky. Deep in the trees, birds slept. A stream murmured from its hidden spring. Fireflies scattered their tiny lights across the shadows, and wild geese flew in formation across the moon. It was the deepest hour of night, the perfect hour to seek the way. He followed the old path to the back entrance and found the door standing half open. Joy flooded through him. "The master truly means to teach me," he whispered. He slipped inside, moving with the silence of a shadow, and made his way to the master's sleeping chamber. There, on a low wooden couch, Subhoodie lay curled on his side, sleeping soundly. Wukong dared not stir him. He knelt and waited. After a while, the master stirred. He stretched his legs and murmured, his voice heavy with frustration. "Difficult, difficult, difficult. The way is most profound. Do not treat the golden elixir lightly. Without a worthy soul, words alone will only exhaust the tongue and parch the lips." Wukong answered at once, his voice barely a breath. "Master, your disciple has been kneeling here, waiting to—" Subhoodie recognized the voice. He sat up, drew his robes around him, and scolded the monkey. "You wretched creature, why aren't you sleeping out front? What brings you here at this hour?" Wukong bowed low. "Yesterday you promised to teach me at the 3rd watch through the back door. That is why I have come to your bedside." The master's heart swelled with joy. This creature was truly heaven-made. "Only my ears are here, master. No one else," Wukong said. "I beg you, out of compassion, to teach me the way of immortality. I will never forget your kindness." Subhoodie nodded. "You have the fate, and I the will to teach. Since you solved the riddle, come closer. Listen carefully, and I will pass to you the wondrous secret of eternal life." Wukong kowtowed and listened with all his heart. Then the master spoke the secret, a verse of essence, spirit, and breath. "Guard them tightly, let nothing leak. Cast out wicked desires and find cool clarity. The moon hides the jade rabbit. The sun conceals the golden crow. The tortoise and serpent coil together. When the 5 elements are reversed, fire itself can grow a golden lotus." Wukong's mind opened like a flower. Every syllable he carved into memory, a seal pressed into stone. Before dawn, he crept back through the rear door and returned to his sleeping mat. He shook the bed and called, "It's light, time to rise." The others were still deep in sleep, unaware Wukong had received anything extraordinary. He practiced quietly each day, regulating his breath morning and night. 3 years passed. Then one day the master ascended his seat again and asked, "Wukong, what have you cultivated?" Wukong answered that his Dharma nature was growing clear, his roots running deep. But the master's expression turned grave. "You have forged the immortal body, yet you must still beware the 3 disasters." Wukong frowned. "How can disasters strike one who lives as long as heaven?" The master leaned close. "This path steals heaven's creative power. 500 years hence, lightning strikes.